The Greeks and the Chinese, and a myth about their two cultures. Well, we know that they must have had a tremendous influence on each other. Look at the Greek key here at this Chinese porcelain. The Greek key, as we know, is supposedly meant to give fortitude and boldness in order to have victory to the people that wore this and used this. And this is why, I guess, the Genghis Khan of Mongolia and his descendants used it. And we know that the terracotta figures found in one of the first emperors of China were supposedly from Greek influence. Now, the myth about the Greeks and the Chinese. This following parable is found in the Colossian work of metaphysical content, the Mathnavi, written by the Persian poet and teacher of theology Jalaluddin Rumi in the year 1273 AD. In this history is illustrated the difference between theological and mystical thought between the two leading cultures of the Greeks and the Chinese. Quote, "If you want a parable of hidden knowledge, tell the story of the Greeks and the Chinese. We are the best artists," said the Chinese. "But we are superior," the Greeks said. "You will compete," said the Sultan, "and then we will see who is right in his claim." "You gave us a certain room and another to the Greeks," said the Chinese. The rooms were opposite door to door. The Chinese asked the king for 100 colors. Thus the rich monarch, the Sultan, opened his treasury, and every day the Chinese received from its grant their colors. 100 colors of different kinds. "For our work, colors and shades are not suitable," said the Greeks. "What we want is to get rid of the rust," and they set about polishing the room. There is a path from colorful to colorless. Color is like the clouds, the moon is colorless. Whatever radiance and brilliance we see in the clouds, let us be sure that they come from the stars, the moon, and the sun. As soon as the Chinese finished their work, they began to beat their drums for joy. The king came, the Sultan came and saw their images, and from the moment he beheld this sight, he lost his mind. Then he proceeded to the room of the Greeks, who, as soon as they saw him, drew the curtain that separated the two rooms, so that the amazing works of the Chinese were reflected on the walls, which had been stripped of their rust and polished. All that the king had seen in the Chinese room was better seen here, in the room of the Greeks, so much better that his eyes popped out of their sockets. The Greeks, my father, are the Sufis without repetition, books and readings, and yet they have freed their breasts from avarice, greed, and avarice and evil. The purity of the mirror is simply the heart that receives countless images. The reflection of each image shines forever in the heart alone, and every new image that enters the heart is projected free from all imperfection. Those who have purified their hearts have escaped from perfumes and colors. Every minute, every moment that they gaze at the beauty, end quote. That's what the Sultan says, according to the Persian poet Jalaluddin Rumi, writing this in the year 1273, as they saw the Greeks compared to the Chinese. And this I've translated for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.